Hello everyone, you're very welcome tonight to my live feed from Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been quite a while since I've been on, so I'm really looking forward to tonight. The summer has been quite a busy time, so I'm sure we're all glad to be getting back to normal with the kids going, maybe not the children, but the kids going back to school. Anyway, so what have I planned to do tonight? Well, the first thing I thought tonight, that even though many of you probably know me, I thought I just might tell you how this whole development thing started with me. In 1997, I came across Reiki, and that's when all this journey started for me. My lovely brother-in-law gave me a Reiki treatment and I absolutely fell in love with it. And then we just went along just to see what it was like, and bit by bit I became more and more involved. So much so that I studied kinesiology and did lots of other things and eventually gave up my full-time job. I feel that my job and my purpose in life is to bring healing through the angels and through the spirit world to anybody and everybody who needs it. So hopefully tonight people would ask me a question and I can respond. But earlier today I had a lovely inquiry. Now I've written it down because my mind being what it is, excuse me. Earlier today I had an inquiry from a girl called Karen. And Karen really wanted a little bit of direction on what is happening in her life at the moment. Hi David, how you doing? Hi Susan. So let's see about Karen. Let's see what the cards are going to bring up for Karen. The energy's high, so the cards are very, very jumpy tonight, as you can see. So let's see for Karen. Now Karen, what I'm looking for and looking at with you is you've drawn the Six of Raphael, which is all about love and commitment. It's about choice regarding relationships. Now, often when we think of relationships, Karen, we think of the man-woman relationships, but sometimes it's other relationships, our relationship with ourselves, our relationship, of course, with others, and our family relationships. But Karen, it is about choosing who you devote your time and your energy to at the moment. So going forward, I am looking at if you're in a romance at the moment, that it's strengthening, or you will have the choice of it. And if not, somebody very nice coming into your life. Let's see what the next card will say. Also, about keeping things in perspective, because sometimes we get all over the shop, and it is about standing back and making a good decision for yourself. Right, let's have a question. Has somebody got a question for me? Okay, let's just wait and see. Okay, hi Joan, how you doing? Let's just see who'd like a question, which I'd be very, very happy to answer at the moment. As I say, my cards are shooting out left, right and centre. Hi Mary, let's see about Mary. Well Mary, I feel it's decision time for you, and over the last couple of weeks a lot of decisions have been made around you and around your family. And I feel there's a time of freedom coming to you. As you can see, I've chosen the freedom card, and it is all about you starting to enjoy the freedom that your lack of responsibility, that you don't have to be responsible or as responsible going forward. Okay, Susan. Susan would like to know about a relationship. Let's just see about Susan. Okay, the problem with my newsfeed is I work this on my own. So once your questions go, I don't mind you repeating them because I can't see them. They fly up along my newsfeed. So Susan, let's just tune into Susan's energy for the moment. Oh, Susan, you've had a bit of a struggle, as I would say. It's not been easy for you. But what I am seeing, Susan, you've drawn the Ace of Raphael. Now, the Raphael cards are all about love, and Aces is about a new beginning. So what I feel with this is that it is going to improve, that there is somebody new coming into your life. So as you can see, the ace is here. Now let's just do a time card on that. Let's just see. Now let's see, a time card for Louise. Oh, within the next time of 5 days, no, 5 weeks, in the next 5 months, I'm feeling. Okay, let's see now. Who else would like a question? I'm sorry you have to keep repeating them, as I say, because they move up along. Let's just see. Moya, how are you? Let's see how things are going to work out with your career. Let's just pick a card for Moya. Now, Moya, a lot of stuff in your life is coming into perspective in the next, say, couple of months. Between now and Christmas, a lot of things are going to get settled for you. It also means that you can start working at the career that you like. So I would just say to you today that things are coming into perspective and to hold on. Don't give up on this. Now, let's see about Lucy. I'm sorry, I'm just picking them as they're coming. Let's see about Lucy. Lucy, what about your career? Now, Lucy, changes in your career. I feel sudden changes coming quickly into your life. It's about you standing up for what you believe in. It's also about any movement that will come is going to be for the better. So it's kind of pushing you forward. So it is coming, but it is too that you have to stand in your power and be strong around this. Okay. Hi, Anne-Marie. How you doing? Let's see about your lovely little boy. And this lovely card came out. Now, what I'm looking at with your son. A few challenges around him, all right? But also that with your son, you, if you don't mind me saying so, you might be a bit overprotective of him. It is time that you let him be the person that he can be. And it's opening the gates and setting him free. Now, I don't mean to throw him out on the side of the road, but what I do mean is that sometimes we hold on to somebody who's ready to spread their own wings. And that's what I'm looking at around your son. I know it's frightening to think of somebody taking charge, but I think he's ready to start taking charge. And it could be in a, let's see, it's more in a personal way. And I just think that he needs to be given choices and let him decide. Now, today while I was, let's see, Rachel. Oh God, that's a shame about your daughter. Let's see what's going to be the outcome of this. Now, as I think about her, what I'm seeing is that the girl that you have at home now is distressed and a bit unhappy. But by Christmas, this girl will be a different child. This is all about the settling in process. She's bound to be a bit awkward, but I would also look at things to support her. Perhaps maybe a homeopathic remedy, some oils, anything you can do to support her. But really and truly, she will settle down and she's going to really enjoy her secondary school life once she gets over this hump. Okay. The other thing is that there is going to be a best friend here for her. And I think she needs a best friend. And I think these two, they're nice, they'll be quiet little girls and they'll be lovely to have around her. Now, let's see, anything else? While I was waiting today, I got a message from the spirit world. And I got 2 messages. There were 2 people, but I'll tell you about the first one if you like. The first person that came to me today, and I'll see if he's still here. Oh, he is. It's an elderly man, and he showed me himself lying on a hospital bed. Now, I do feel that this man has an impairment, as in perhaps from a stroke, but it seems one side of his body is not working or not moving. He's, let me see about him, very friendly man, but wouldn't like lots of fuss. Very gentle type of man. And he would be the kind that wouldn't be used to sitting done up, as he's calling it, in new pyjamas in the bed. He wouldn't have had tons of pairs of pyjamas at home. It wasn't his thing. He's also talking about waiting for somebody to come. And I feel that the person had to come a distance. So he was torn, because I feel his wife is in the spirit world already, and he was torn. She was waiting on him to come with her, but also he was waiting for this other person to arrive, so that he was a very tidy man, and he wanted everybody to be as happy as they could be. He feels very blessed about his family. Now, he hadn't a huge big family. There are not loads of people around this hospital bed, but he just wants people to know, and he wants his own family to know particularly, that he felt very blessed to have had them, and the love and support. The other thing he wants to point out was that even though just as he was passing, he got very strong breathing and very distressed breathing, that was only his body closing down. He wasn't in any way distressed. He was quite happy to go with his lovely wife. And she hadn't been dead that long, but he was quite happy to go with her. So that was just, you're saying, it's like a rickety old tractor just shutting off, chuk, 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 chuk. That's the way his body was. But it wasn't him personally. So he wasn't afraid and he wasn't distressed. He has great connection to his son. And it's as if his son stood at the side of the bed with his hand on his father's shoulder as he was going. And this brought him huge, huge support and healing. And he just wants people to know that he's okay, that he is with herself now, as he's calling her, but that this support of the family meant the world to him, and he wants to thank people for it. Now, I've asked the gentleman his name, and I'm not getting a clear indication, so I don't want to give a name to knock people off. But he wouldn't have been a big tall man, kind of shorter, and also he was a very jolly, happy man in his lifetime, and he's saying he's very happy today. Now, let's see. I have to put on my glasses to see what I'm looking at. Now, let's see. Maeve. Let's see. Maeve, let's see. Is there a message for you at the moment? Not getting anything right now, Maeve, but just let's see who actually wants to come. Now, let's see. Sarah. Sarah, so sad that you've lost your lovely mother. So sad. I feel with this lady, she was ready to go. She's saying, I'd done my bit. I was ready to go. She was a kind of a woman that was quite practical and left things when they were done. She's also saying that she would have gone perhaps even a little bit sooner if she had been able. But she wants you to know that she's around you a lot, Sarah. And she's saying to keep an eye out on various things around the house. There's still a lot of work to do with ending her affairs and all of that. And things are going to crop up that you're going to say, oh, mom, like that. And it's going to bring her close to you. But she just wants you to know that she's okay. Now, let's see. Hi, Caroline. Let's see about a card for Caroline. I'm using my Archangel Power Tarot cards. These are the ones that I'm actually teaching at the moment. I just had a message from somebody saying, am I live? I don't know whether I'm live or dead. Let's see about Carol. Now, Carol, what's coming up on this, and as I say, I'm reading it quite just on the energy level. It's all about movement. You in your workplace have done really, really well. You've done as much as you can do. And it is time to start looking at where you can go next. It's also about a pat on the back and a job well done for you. So broaden your horizons. The orange cards are the Gabriel cards, and they're all about the work situation. So it is about broadening your horizon. So keep going, keep looking, see what else is out there. Now, let's see. What else? Sylvia Maxwell, let's see. I don't normally mean to give both names. Sorry, Sylvia, I was thinking. Let's see, Sylvia, what are we looking at with you? Now, Sylvia, I'm looking at a small challenge going on at the moment in your life with a lady who kind of has a position of power around you. It's about you taking charge. It's about you stepping in. You know what you're about. And really and truly, with this, it's about you taking charge and about you forging ahead. Also, the work that you do, you need to have value and appreciation for it. And maybe you're not doing that at the moment. And if you don't value what you do, nobody else will do it. That's what I'm saying. Now, Elaine, should we take him back or should we not? Let's see. I like the taking back cards. Oh God, Elaine. Right, Elaine, you need to take this guy back if you want him for the love of your heart, not for financial reasons. And I feel there might be a little bit in that. It might be for other reasons rather than passion and love. It really is that you need to be conscious that no man, no matter who he is, should be depended on to support you or bring you extra happiness. All of the support should come from within inside yourself. So what I'm suggesting to you is, if it's for the right reasons, fine, he's there for the taking, but make sure it's because you love him, not because you need him. Easy for me to say, I suppose, but that's the way it is. Now, also today, a young man came to me and he wanted to connect with the people who he's left behind. This is a very sad case. This young chap showed me balloons on his grave, and the balloons are tattered. They're not new balloons. So the balloons are tattered, but it's also that they're not attached to a headstone. It's more attached to the cross, so that his headstone perhaps is not ready yet, but he's not just recently passed, but it is within this last year. He talks about, I'm seeing a young man, anything from say 15 to 25, that age group. But he showed me that he had a damage to his side, which I feel would be something like damage to his spleen or something like that. He had beautiful parents, very close to his dad, very close to the family, and he knows he's really badly missed. But he is all around their house. He's saying that his own bedroom is musty because people are not opening the windows, and it's like it's filling up with grief because the family seem to go to this room to grieve for him. He is showing me an older man, that he's with an older man in the spirit world. This man would have had a problem with one of his legs, whether he'd a bad knee, a bad ankle, a bad hip, but he might have had a slight limp. And this chap was very attached to him. I feel he fits into the granddad mode with this chap, and he was very attached to him, very close to him. This man would have known this chap very well. But he's just saying that this is who he's with at the moment. Everybody loved this young lad, but his passing was sudden, thinking of something to do with his side, and he just wants people to know that he's okay. That's his big thing. He wants his mum and dad to know that he's okay, and he wants them to know that it's okay to continue living, because really and truly his mother is finding it hard to go from day to day. So he really wants them to know that he's good. Now, let's see. Hi, Mary Teresa, how you going? Hi, let's see. Sometimes saying I would love a card is a bit broad. A question might work better than that, if you don't mind. Now, let's just see. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Joan. How you going? Hi, Bernadette. How are you getting on? Let's see about a card for Bernadette. Let's just pick a card. Now, Bernadette, the card from the bottom seemed to be the one that wanted to come out and talk to you. Now, the card is all about worrying and stressing about something. At the moment, you are giving this relationship or the starting or the middle or beginning of this or the ending of this relationship too much thought. It is that you just look at what you want from this. And if you focus on what you want, it will come to you. Now, but the worrying about it, also trying to second guess somebody else's mind, and I feel this is a man's mind, pardon me, that it's the wrong thing to do. So, stand back from this. You're worth chasing, and if there's no chasing going on, it's not up to you to do the running. I think I need another card to keep that one company, if you don't mind. And what I'm saying is that this man has had lots of opportunities coming up to now to make this official. And he seems to come and go like the waves of the sea. He seems to come and go. And what I'm seeing around this is that it is time that he either does the thing or doesn't. So it is up to you to kind of ask him where he's at when next he surfaces. No, he's a nice man, but he's also a man that doesn't like to make decisions. So maybe you have to push it, but no harm coming to you. And I just feel that he's a nice man, but maybe a little push, either that you step back and he's to step forward, or that you have this open and frank discussion. That's my thought on it. It'll either end or continue, but at least you'll know where it is. What's my feeling on it? I feel there's a happy outcome of this, but I just feel that somebody needs to make a call on it. Now, if you don't mind me, I have a huge lot of work coming up in September. We're in the Osprey Hotel at the Holistic Fair on Sunday in Naas. Also, on the 7th, which is Friday week, I'm having an evening here in Chapter, and the evening is an angel and mediumship and healing evening. Now it's only going to be maybe 20 people, and people will come, they'll get a bit of guidance, they might get a reading, they'll also get some gentle meditations, but it's really an evening with me and what I do. So if you're interested in this, please PM me. As I say, it's a limited group because we like to interact with each other. And then on Monday the 10th, I'm starting my new 6 weeks Archangel Power Tarot card reading class here in Kildare. That goes on for 6 weeks from 7:30 until 10 o'clock each Monday night. And then, what am I doing next? Then I'm starting a new class in Ennis the last Saturday of the month. It's a day class and it will cover mediumship and Archangel Power Tarot. And then on the Sunday, the 30th, I am going to the South Court in Limerick. And in the middle of all that, I might have a little holiday. But I think we are going away for a few days. So now, let's just see who is next on my list. Who is the person who has the next question? If you don't mind just popping up a question again. I need to get it better organised so that somebody helps me so that I can see what's happening. Now, family guidance, let's see. Always a sticky problem. Always a sticky problem. Let's see, family guidance. What are you to do with this family guidance? What I'm seeing is that you make your decisions around this and then you stick to them. That's really all I'm being told. Firm foundation, standing and, sticking to your guns is the only way. And there is a lot of little bits happening, but really and truly, you need to just stick to your guns on this. Now, let's see. Sometimes a family situation is it's much more involved. Let's see now. Who else am I drawn to here? Just keep going. Sorry about this. I know you're tired posting the same questions over and over. Please forgive me for this. Let me see. I had a lady on a second ago asking about her new house and will it be a lucky house for them. Let's see. Oh yes. And the main thing is with this house, it will be an easy house in that financial things in this house. It's a very lucky house around finances. And with this finances thing, it is that new resources are coming into your life. You got the Ace of Ariel, which is all about the abundance, financial. It also will be a very happy, contented house. All right, you might not have everything done on a day one, but it is going to be a house that's really going to turn out to be your home. So it's a really good thing. Okay, let's see. How are we going here now? So, let's see, Katie, do a card for your car. Okay. Oh, a bit of an energy thing here. It's almost as if you have to bypass some negativity in this. With the car, are you getting a car? It'll take a bit of effort. And I'm also seeing that you need to go at maybe the finance in an off-center way, if you know what I mean, not just directly. Hi Mag, there is somebody, and I feel this is a powerful man who will help you with this. So maybe you need to go to the credit union, the bank or whatever. But I feel it's closer than the bank. I feel it might be a credit union issue. But the car will come, and it's almost as if when the car comes, you'll be easy, it'll be affordable, and you'll be able to enjoy it. Now, let's see. Karen, let's just pick one card around your partner's health. Let's see. Health. A bit of a challenge here, and it's more, what I'm feeling is the challenge is in the attitude. And it's in his attitude that there needs to be a positivity, almost as if he wants to do everything himself and won't take help. So what I'm seeing is that if you pull together on this, it'll be okay. But I'm also thinking that at times he pulls back into himself when he's not well. Is there a good outcome health-wise with him? Oh yes, a good outcome. It will also perhaps change his working life and how he works. It will give him perspective on that. But he does, you need to pull together on things, and it's not your fault, but he is, he's finding it a bit of a challenge at the minute, but all's good. Okay? And I'm also looking at him getting back to 99% health rather than maybe 100, but 99% would be very good at the moment, I feel, for you two. Now, let's see, Louise, about your career path. Yes, Louise, you are on the correct career path. There's quite a bit of education going to go on with you. And what I mean by that, it could be on the job training, it could be anything like that. But what I'm also seeing is that you're very generous with your knowledge. So just keep learning, keep going, and you will be at the top of your game if you keep there. Okay. Now, let's see. One of the girls has asked about a message from her grandmother. And what I'm seeing is a woman who was a real kind of a soft, cuddly granny. One of these that would hold you to her soft chest. I'm also seeing a woman that lived in a longer, more single-story house. Not a really high two-story house, a single-story house she's showing me. But it's as if a load of children came from this house. And it was one of these places when people would come to visit that everybody would come together. And she's saying she loved all of that. A little bit of difficulty around her memory before she passed. And she didn't like not being on the ball. But she does just want you to know that she now has her total memory back. She remembers everything. But people were very kind to her. But she knows sometimes that the grandchildren made a little bit of fun of her forgetting things and played little tricks on her. But she said she would have done the same. So, what else about your grandmother? She's talking about a bag, and the bag would have held jewellery. I'm seeing a small bag. It could be a velvet bag. Now, I'm not talking about, you know, diamond jewellery. I'm talking about her possessions. And what she'd like is that it's spread out and people take what they wish. Now, people won't need to, it's not for value. It's only for sentimental value. So it's not for monetary value. She's saying it's not the crown jewels. But there's this little velvet bag. And she'd love everybody to have a little keepsake. Just for the sake of it. That's really it. So now, let's see, who else? Caroline. Let's see about you too. Now, Caroline, you are very protective of these kids, as all mothers are. But the whole fact of the matter is that each and every one of these children, and there's not, I'm seeing 2 and then I'm seeing 3 children, so I'm undecided about whether it's 2 or 3, but I'm seeing new beginnings, great movement forward. But I'm also seeing a person that I'd absolutely love to cuddle, so you must have a young person in your life at the moment, a very, very loving little girl. But other than that, is this a grandchild? Let me see. No, it's not a grandchild, but there is a younger child in your life as well that's very cuddly, very loving. Anyway, what I'm seeing is, don't worry about your children. Strength to strength. You've brought them up well. They'll ride over any bits of hassle that come along their way. They're well adjusted. They're great kids. And they come to you with every story. But it is that as you get into your old age, they certainly will be there to support and take care of you. Now, let me see. We're coming near the end of this. And if possible, what I'd like to do is, if somebody would need a message from the spirit world, because really my love is the spirit world. The cards are lovely, and as I say, anybody can do cards, but when somebody comes to say that they're okay, it's a big thing. And I feel there's a man from the spirit world with me, a man who would have died before his time. He is, I'm asking his name, and I feel the name Aidan or Adrian would be appropriate to him. He's talking about being quite ill before he died, and I feel as if his illness attacked his muscles rather than anything else. So something like MS, motor neuron, that kind of a muscular thing. He's talking about all the support he would have had from the family, everybody caring for him. He's talking about his wife and then all the outside people. It's like he had a team of people trying to support her as well. He's talking about the amount of love and care that she gave him. And the fact that in a way he didn't want the children only having the memory of him not being well. And he is now, as I say children, he's saying one child, that they had one child. And that he's happy that this part of his life is over so that they can have a happier time. He was exceedingly brave with this and kept his dignity as long as he could. But what he's saying is that it's not just his wife, whom he's thanked and who he loves dearly, and his son, but what he's also talking about is the wider group, the people who came and stood by him and stood by her, and he just wants to thank people, really, and they stayed with her afterwards and they helped her out and they brought her forward. His wife is now at the stage where it's a couple of years and she's thinking, I'm ready to move on, and he's saying anything that she chooses to do is okay with him, because he couldn't have had anybody who treated him with more love. They laughed a lot in their marriage. they laughed a lot in their life. And he said, even at the very end, they tried to laugh. And he's saying he's looking forward in many years to come to do this again with her, to laugh again. He's saying his body is totally well and he's very, very happy in the spirit world, but he is their greatest protector, the greatest minder, and not to worry about whether you should sell the house or not. He doesn't mind. Do whatever makes you happy. Now, so, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that this is coming to the end of our lovely session tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And even though I do this a lot, I was slightly nervous tonight starting. So you're very welcome to come and sit with me at any of my events as they're coming up. I'd love to see you. And if I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to give me a PM or a text or whatever. I'm sure you're tired looking at me on Facebook advertising, and I don't mean to be OTT with it. So we'll thank the angels and thank those who have sat with us tonight. And in a couple of weeks, we'll have another session, if that's okay. Thank you, everybody, and good night.